Namaskaram. My name is S. Ashok Kumar. Welcome to my channel. In the last part, I explained about the different factors influences the exchange of gases, and in this part, I am going to explain about the exchange of gases. Now, first, I will explain about the exchange of oxygen. So, at both pulmonary exchange and systemic exchange, that I will explain. Here, first you take, this is the atmosphere outside. This is the alveoli. Okay. So this is that cycle through which this blood is circulating. Now I will tell you. So the blood vessel, this is a blood vessel that takes the oxygenated blood from the lungs. That blood vessel is a pulmonary vein. So pulmonary vein that carries oxy blood. Oxy blood means what? Oxygenated blood from the alveoli. As we know, this oxygenated blood directly pour into the left atria. From there, that blood enter into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, that oxygenated blood is moved to the different tissue, that is by blood vessel systemic artery. You can call it as a aorta. That systemic artery is carrying the oxy blood, that is oxygenated blood, to the different tissues. Okay. Finally, that oxygenated blood comes to this is the tissue or the representation of the cell. Okay. Now here oxygen will go into the tissues. From here, that the carbon dioxide will enter into the blood. Now the blood become a deoxy blood. The blood vessel that carries a deoxygenated blood from the different tissues, that is a vena cava. Vena cava, superior or inferior vena cava. Then the deoxygenated blood directly pour into the right atria. Then through the right ventricle, that deoxygenated blood, deoxy blood. So the blood vessel which carries the deoxygenated blood from the heart, that is a pulmonary artery. That pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood and coming here for the exchange of the gases. That is taking the oxygen and giving the carbon dioxide. Now going to that exchange of the oxygen. So here from the atmosphere, what is the PO2 in the atmosphere? That is a 159. Because of the inhalation, contraction of the diaphragm and external intercostal muscles, space is increased, thereby pressure decreased, automatically air is enter from the outside into the lungs. Then oxygen enter, here the alveoli PO2 is 104. Following then deoxygenated blood through pulmonary artery reaches to the alveoli. So, what is the PO2 in deoxygenated blood? That is a 40. That deoxygenated blood reached to the alveoli. Automatically, when compared with alveoli and deoxygenated blood, there is a large concentration gradient is there now. In alveoli 104, in deoxygenated blood PO2 is the partial pressure of oxygen is 40. Automatically, oxygen move from here to blood. Yes or no? Then when the oxygen is this is the oxygen is entering into the blood. This is which type of exchange? Pulmonary gas exchange. Then the deoxygenated blood become oxygenated blood. Then in oxygenated blood, what is the PO2? That is a 95. That oxygenated blood passing through the left heart, then through the systemic artery, PO2 is a 95. Finally, oxy blood reach to the tissues. What is the PO2 in oxygenated blood? 95. In tissues, what is the PO2? That is 14. Automatically, here in the oxygenated blood, PO2 is high when compared with the tissue. Automatically, oxygen is moving from oxygenated blood into the tissues. This type of exchange is called as a systemic gas exchange of oxygen. Okay? Then when the oxygen is moving, simultaneous carbon dioxide enter, that I will explain later. That oxygenated blood become deoxygenated. What is the PO2 in deoxygenated blood? That is a 40. So that is equals to the tissues. Then through this right heart, again deoxygenated blood is coming. Again passing here, automatically oxygen again diffusing combines with hemoglobin to form the oxyhemoglobin. Again continuously it is a transporting like this. So taking the oxygen from here, going there and giving. Again coming here, taking the oxygen, going here, giving like this. This one is a pulmonary gas exchange. This one is a systemic gas exchange of the oxygen. So this is the exchange of oxygen. Next I am going to explain the similar way, that is exchange of carbon dioxide. After explaining the exchange of oxygen in the similar way, I am going to explain about the exchange of carbon dioxide. Here the same one, same explanation. Here in oxygenated blood, what is the PCO2? The PCO2 in oxygenated blood, that is a 40. That is a less. Then it is passing like this, and finally that oxygenated blood reaches to the tissue. Already we know oxygen enter into the tissues, that already I explained. Here in oxygenated blood, PCO2 is a 40. What about the PCO2 in the tissues? More or high? Definitely high. Why? Because carbon dioxide is the end product of the aerobic cellular respiration. So as a result, carbon dioxide concentration is very high in the tissue. Automatically, that carbon dioxide is a move from tissues to the oxygenated blood, making the oxygenated blood into the deoxygenated blood. Automatically in the deoxygenated blood, what is the PCO2? That is equal to the tissue, that maximum of 45. That deoxygenated blood finally through the pulmonary artery reaches to the alveoli. Here in alveoli, what is the PCO2? That is a 40 now. So when it reached here in the deoxygenated blood, PCO2 is a high concentration of 45 now. So when compared with the alveoli, PCO2 is a high. Automatically carbon dioxide is diffused from here to alveoli. Then once the alveoli carbon dioxide entered, we know that exhalation, that is the relaxation of the diaphragm and external intercostal muscles. That results carbon dioxide is expelling out. Here the carbon dioxide is this exchange is called as a pulmonary gas exchange. This exchange is called as a systemic gas exchange of the carbon dioxide. So this is a simple way you need to understand factors affecting the exchange of the gases and exchange of the carbon dioxide and oxygen, that both I explained about pulmonary gas exchange and systemic gas exchange. In the next part I am going to explain the last one, the transport of the gases, that include I explain about both the transport of the oxygen, then followed by the transport of the carbon dioxide, and finally about the regulation and diseases related to the respiratory system. Till now, if you understand the concept, you can like and share this video to your friends and subscribe our channel. If you have any doubts about this chapter for your NEET exam or board exam, so you can comment below. Definitely I will respond to your questions. Thank you.